It's never over.
Hey guys, today I'll be showing you my deck roll for you for my Keter Sanctuary Apex Ruler Bastion deck roll for you for July of 2021. So after a couple of days of learning how to use this deck and all that stuff, I can bring a deck profile for you. I learned the rules, learned the best I could with the mechanics, and yeah, I've been having a blast with this deck. Even it's just from the starter deck, the trial deck. It's really fun. So what's the point of Apex Ruler Bastion is that you'll be spamming a lot of grade 3s, which is pretty cool, I gotta say. Like the idea, the concept of just spamming a bunch of grade 3s and just basically break what's the word, push into your opponent with grade 3s and just a lot of things. Yeah, I really like this deck. I really like it. I'm glad that I bought this starter deck. If you haven't seen the video, then I'll leave a description below of the opening of the starter deck. And those who are interested in playing Vanguard Overdress, I will leave another link in the description for the video Vanguard Overdress, so you can learn how to play. It's a good way to start. So enough of me talking. Let's talk about my deck, shall we? So let's talk about our right deck. So for our right deck, we are running 4 cards that are the grades of each one. So for our grade 1, we're playing Knight of the Heavenly Bow base. He's a grade 0. This is the only guy that we're going to be playing for him, because he will be the one who will be starting our battle. So yeah, you can see his shield, his grade. He has a boost. And then he has the effect of when this unit is rode upon, if you went second, you draw a card. So basically saying that if you put a unit on top of him and you went second, you draw an additional card, which is pretty cool. Then we're running the 1 copy of Knight of Heavenly Sword Ford. Ford is the grade 1 of our right deck. He's the grade 1, his shield. And then he has the auto when this unit is rode upon by Knight of Heavenly Spear Rooks. Reveal 2 grade 3s from your hands and reveal the top of your deck. If I call it to the rear, if it's a unit card, you can put it in there. You can put it in the rear. If it's not a unit card, a spell or track card or whatever, the units. It can be a trigger unit as well. Place it on the field, and then he has the activation on the rear. Once per turn, counterblast 1. Choose one of your grade 3s Vanguards, and it'll get 5,000 until the end of this turn. Pretty cool. Then for our grade 2, we're running the Knight of Heavenly Spear Rooks, our grade 2. And then for him is it's almost the same as 4, but it's different. When this unit is run upon by Apex Ruler Bastion, reveal 3 grade 3s from your hands and draw a card. Continuous on the rear during your turn. If you have 3 or more grade 3s units, this unit gets boost, and he has 5,000, and then he gets 5,000. He has intercept. So intercept is basically if he's in the rear, you can use him to guard. And then you got these that are boost, that basically will boost when they're in the rear, the bottom of the rear. They will boost your characters at the same time when you just suspend them and attack them with them. So yeah, pretty simple, pretty that. And then that's our main. Let me just put them there. There we go. And then for our grade 3s, we're running the 1 copy of, obviously, Apex Ruler Bastion. This guy's really amazingly cool. I gotta say, I love Bastion. I wish I can get like 3 more copies of this really nice rarity. He's a grade 3. He has Twin Drive. Twin Drive is basically when you drive check. Drive check is when you attack with your Vanguard, you can check a card and add it to your hand. And then in Twin Drive, it's 2 instead. Then he has Persona. Persona basically is that if you have another copy of Bastion in your hand, you can play another. You can ride upon that other copy of Bastion, draw a card, and all your rear guards, the front ones, will get an additional 10,000, which is pretty cool, I gotta say. So he has the Vanguard continuation effect. During your main phase, all grade 3s you control gain 2,000 of power. Basically, all 3 of them will get 2,000, not the bottom ones, just the front ones. Then the other effect, the auto effect, once per turn, at the end of the battle, that you drive check and reveal the grade 3. you discard a card, then unsuspend one of your rear guards on the field, and it will get 10,000 of power until the end of the turn, which is pretty cool, guys. That helps you boost and go more to, you know, to oppress your opponent for damage, which is pretty cool. And that's pretty much it for our ride deck. Yeah, this is a great lineup. Like, oh, this is like literally the best Bastion ride deck. I've seen people change the grade 1, I mean the grade 0, but obviously these are like the best guys. Obviously this one is just just a drop, but obviously this is the best version of the ride deck of Bastion. I've seen people change this overall, but this is really good because you can reveal and you can call upon a unit. This just has an additional draw and a boost, which is pretty good. And then, you know, you have Bastion, which is the main man of this. So we already have seen our right deck, so we're gonna be putting it right. Actually, yeah, we're gonna be putting that aside. Now let's take a look of our grade 3. So we're gonna be starting from grade 3 to 0 for our unit. So for our units, we're playing 4 copies of 9 of Broadaxe Refluke. Really great card. Really great card, I gotta say, just being that grade 3. He has the same, you know, grade 3 Twin Drive and Persona, which is, we're not gonna be using that. It's his rear effect. Activate on the rear. Put this unit on top into your soul. Your soul is literally where your Vanguard in the main Vanguard zone is, and you can add him into the he can be absorbed into that Vanguard to get an additional soul, which is basically like in Yu-Gi-Oh, you know, XYZ materials. Put this there. Put this to a grade 3 in the rear. You know, if he's in the rear, you can absorb him into the soul of him, and he will gain an additional 10,000 for the end of the turn, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we're running 4 copies of him, which is pretty nice, because he's just that great, really good grade 3. Next up, we're running 4 copies of Velma, Velhaman, the Witch of Raman, or I call her the Ramen Witch. But obviously it's the witch. She's the same thing, you know, has Twin Drive, you know, Persona, and then her effect is her auto effect when in the rear. When this unit attacks, counterblast 1, and she will gain an additional 5k for the battle. So Soul Blast is when your damage is like face up. Your damage are always going to be like face up. You can put it face down and activate some effects. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, just let me just move this here. There we go. I think that's much better to see all the cards. And I just like, you know. And that's pretty much it. Our 4 copies of our grade 3s. In the future, I will be changing this because I did buy a bunch of cards. They're really cheap. Those were our 4 copies of our grade 3s. And then for the only card that we run 3 of is just 3 Bastions. Because these are the ones that came in the starter deck. It's really good just to, you know, personal ride or just summoning him in the field. So they're commons. I hope in the future I can swap these out for, like, you know, for this one. I want to use the one that I have on my the second deck, but I said that's gonna be for my collection, and I'm gonna keep that one. So yeah, 3 copies of that, and just, you know, Persona ride. You can bring out another additional Bastion for that oppression or whatever you want to do. It's your decision of that. But yeah, 3 copies of Bastion. There. So now for our grade 2s, this is the only grade 2 that you're running has in the starter, because in the near future, if you want to upgrade this, you won't be having any grade 2s because you'll be running more grade 3s. This is more about grade 3s and grade 2s and grade 1s. So we're running 3 copies of Heavenly Spear Rooks. The only reason that we're playing this the only reason that you have this is because, you know, you can put him in the rear, and if you have 3 grade 3s in the field, he will become a boost instead of an interceptor, and then he will get 5,000. He will get an additional 5,000. So when you boost your rear guard or your main Vanguard, he will be 15, because it's not this that you will get the boost. You will be getting the boost from here, which is his power, and you'll get an additional, so it's 15 in total. So you're going to be swinging along. So that's pretty much our grade 3. Now for our grade ones, we have a couple of grade ones, and yeah, and now we should take it. So first off, we're running 4 copies of Life Saving Angel Kurabel. This is our perfect guard, but perfect guard is literally just if your opponent has the biggest swing, like I don't know, like it's at 50k or 60k. This saves your units butts. So when you're gonna go guard, you're gonna use her effect. You discard a card, then you target one of your units, and that unit cannot be hit until the end of that battle. So it's really good to see that. Obviously, there's gonna be some. This is a cheap version. This is a really good card. I know there's another perfect guard for Counter Century in the box, but obviously this is the budget version, which I really like. I like her, but yeah, that's pretty much it for our perfect guard. And then for our 3-ofs, we're running 3 copies of Knight of Heavenly Sword 4. It's just like I said, it's just there, because it is the starter, and you need just have some couple of units just to bench out and put them in the rear so you can boost them. And obviously, I already explained the effect of Fort, which is okay. So 3 copies of Fort. Next up, we're running 3 copies of Shadowbow Archer Lysanna. She's just a plain vanilla unit. She's not that great, but she's just there for that plus 8k of boost, or just you want to swing on your first turn. That is not in your first turn. I mean, when you go second, if you have already Ford ridden and you have her on hand. Simple as that. So yeah, 3 copies of her. And last for our great ones is 2 platinum wolves. This is a really bad. He's just there. You don't have that much options of changing these cards. You have what you have. So yeah, that's a downer. But obviously, it's just there for when you get some upgrades for the deck. You'll take this off. And yeah, so this is platinum wolf. He has the activation on the rear. Soul Blast 2. Soul Blast 2 is literally when you have your Vanguard with your souls. You take off 2 of your souls to activate the effect, and that's pretty much it. How you do Soul Blast. And then it says, and this unit gets 5,000 until the end of this turn, which is really just terrible. Terrible effect. Now for our grade 0s. We're playing a lot of grade 0s in this deck because, yeah, you need a lot of protection. You need a lot of things that you can do. So first off, we're running 4 copies of Knight of Heavenly Hammer Grunt. He is the critical of your deck. This will give an additional, when you ride check or damage check, you can, when you reveal this, you can give a critical to someone, and you give an additional 10,000 to any of your units, which is really good because you can use that 10,000 to save yourself for the next attack or whatever. And the critical is really good because when you go with Bastion for your turn and you drag check this, instead of 1 damage, it's 2 damage, which is pretty good. So yeah, so 4 copies of him. Next up, we're running 4 copies of the Knight of Heavenly Spear Gallus. He has your draw trigger. Pretty cool, pretty okay card. Draw triggers are basically when you ride check or damage check. You draw a card and then you target one of your units and we'll get 10,000 at the end of this turn, which is okay. Which is alright if you have draw power problems. Then we're running 4 copies of the heal trigger, which is Healer of Heavenly Staff of Ash. You can only play 4 copies of a healer trigger on any deck. You cannot play any more of these. Obviously, this is actually very unique, very cool mechanic. Says you may have up to 4 heal triggers in your deck. When revealed as a trigger, choose one of your units and will get 10,000 until the end of the turn. Then if the number of cards in your damage zone is equal or more than your opponent's, choose one of them and from your damage zone and heal it. So when you heal it, it obviously goes to the trash, but it's really good because it helps you. And obviously if you see these all these triggers that you see that they have on their shield for the guard, when you drive check these and add them to your hand, they're not going to be useful. Instead, you can be using them for shield because they have 50,000 of shields. Some have 5,000, but obviously you want the 15 because you can stack those multiple times to protect your units. So yeah, 4 copies of her. And then we're running 3 copies of the Knight of Heavenly Red. This is a front unit. Front unit is simply when you drive check or do you have when it's damage check, all your units in the front will get 10,000 until the end of the turn. So it's a really good. And then he has like 15 of shield, pretty good for guarding. And lastly, we're playing the one Spiritual King of Determination, Oberoi. This is your Overtrigger. This is the only copy I will be playing. Overtriggers can only play by 1, and this will give all your units. It gives when you drive check this, your Vanguard's gonna get like 100 million of power for the turn, and then has the additional. And then the effect is you may have one of these triggers in your deck. When revealed as a trigger, remove this card. Remove that card. Obviously, even if it's like in the damage, it has to be removed overall. So it's like a lifesaver as well. Then when it's removed, obviously you remove it. How you can put it in the trash, you can put it outside of the game, whatever you want to do. I don't care. When it's removed, draw a card. Choose one of your units and gets that 1 million to the end of the turn. It revealed during the drag check. Activate its additional effect. The additional effect is choose one of your units and gets 10 million to the end. So basically, you're choosing two of your units to get 100 million. So it's pretty kind of funny. It's pretty trolly. And then if you have this in your hand, if you did draw it in your draw phase, he has 50,000 of shield, so you can protect yourself, which is really good. And that's pretty much it. Now for our order cards, or initially it's like spells, traps, or something like that. You can only activate these ones per turn. It's not that. So we are running 4 copies of the Hour of the Holy Judgment Comet. So this is a grade 3 card. So like I said, so since you're asking, wait, can I reveal this with the effect of Knight of Heavenly Ford and Rooks? Yes, you can, because it is a grade 3 card. It says grade 3 card, not units. So this is your normal order, and it reads play this counterblast 2. So check this. You can only do this in your main phase, obviously. Then draw 2 cards, then choose one of your units, and it gets 5,000 power until the end of the turn, which is really good. Good draw power, and give you that nice 5k to your unit. In the future, I might put this down to 3 because 4 sometimes it does clog your hand a lot. But yeah. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the deck. I really like it, and it's really fun. I'm really liking the game of the overdress thing. The new two mechanics in this. The ride deck, the overtrigger is really fun, I gotta say, and it's just been a blast playing this. Yes, I do have some Digimon content I've been making. The thing is, I'm making the thumbnails, and you guys want really nice thumbnails. Hey, it takes a while, man. It takes a while because I want them to be unique, just like the D Brigade one, just like the red Digimon deck. I like to make my thumbnails look nice and that I'm satisfied with, stuff like that. And yes, I will be upgrading this deck in the future. I actually been getting couple of cards coming in the mail, so wait for that, and then I will be making also a new thumbnail that will show off all these really good cards and all these crazy shenanigans that we're gonna be doing in the near future. And please stay tuned for those kinds of content. I will be making more of this. I did actually order 2 more starter decks. Dude, for $13, 2 for $13 is really good deal. I may send, I think, 2 more of the starter decks, and then I have 5 of them, which is pretty cool. And then I'll be doing some openings. What else? I have pre-ordered the next set of Digimon. Yes, I actually pre-ordered the next box. So stay tuned for that. I did pre-order for that, so we can be doing some really cool things. I really want to make oh my god, what was their name? Shogamon, that's what his name. They're like samurais, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna make a Digimon samurai deck. I would love to do that. And there's so many great things that we're gonna be getting from that new set, and yeah. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe if you like this video, obviously. If you didn't like this video, if you didn't like this video, there's a door and there's a window. Oh, by the way, if you want to check out Vanguard, I will leave this links in the description below. The overdress video and the opening of the star deck, so you can have a little bit of context on what is Vanguard overall. So yeah, guys, I hope you have a nice day. Bye bye.